This message is produced by truthfromgod.com, which is one of hundreds of messages that can be read, heard, and watched at truthfromgod.com. In 1976, Yahweh God led me to establish the News Party. From June of 1976 until the end of December of 1979, I published the Battle Axe, which was the official organ of news and had subscribers all over the world. At that time, Yahweh told me to end it all. And from 1980 until 2010, I did nothing in the public forum. But after 30 years, he told me to build a website, and Truth from God went active in 2011. Many of the old messages published in the Battle Axe appear on this website, and the following is one of them. What was said then should be more apparent now, and for this reason, the following is presented. The Divine Right of Race, published in the Battle Axe, issue 107, December 1976. Amid the darkness of the Jews' Marxist, communist, psychosocial ideology, a new light is breaking forth. The news movement is exposing the thorough corruption and insanity of the present system of thought that has dominated all present political parties. This ideology has been blindly followed by the masses, and now they are wallowing in the ditch of decadence. For the first time in history, America's plunged so low that she cannot see daylight. The Jew Marxists, communists know that all the individuality of our people must be destroyed in order to gain complete dictatorial control of our once proud nation. All men of uniqueness, character, courage, and indomitable spirit must be reduced to the level of the masses or else be annihilated. A re-educational program was instituted which would destroy all individuality of the people at an early age. The children in school had to be taught the fear of peer acceptance, and that this acceptance was the goal of life. Conformity, compromise, and cooperation were to replace individuality, initiative, and intolerant idealism. The white Americans were assaulted on two fronts. One, the political, and two, the religious. On these two battlefields, the essence of white Western culture was adulterated to the point of non-existence. The teaching that would most prosper the Marxist communists in was the most illogical, unnatural, and irrational ideas that were conceived in the pit of darkness. The brilliance of the glorious prosperity of proud white America was soon overshadowed by the dark, foreboding cloud of this negative Jew doctrine of racial and individual equality. The Republican form of government was silently replaced with a democracy, which is the chief exponent of mass equality. The brotherhood of man became the new watchword at the turn of the 20th century, and the highest culture ever known to man began to stagnate. the age that should have been the world's brightest rapidly became the darkest. The driving force of the ages, individual genius, was now replaced by the confused babble of the herd. The desire of quantity soon replaced the goal of quality. Industry, government, and society fell under this ghoulish power. Industry began to mass produce at the expense of craftsmanship. The government's healthy sales of statesmen were soon consumed by a cancerous bureaucracy. Society was led to the precipice of annihilation by the delusion that wisdom resided in the masses. The masses were constantly bombarded with the brotherhood of man and racial equality dogmas, preparing the way for the physical bombardment that was soon to follow. The Jew knew that the masses can never deal in the abstract area of idealism and logical thinking, so their poison of equality was induced in the form of an abstract idea. Racial equality was a high-sounding, sentimental idea that can never stand the cold, hard scrutiny of reality. Only an idiot could look at nature and believe such a perverted idea as racial equality. No two individuals are equal. Differences exist even down to the fingertips. No two races are equal either. Differences exist in their physical makeup. That is why Jews have Tay-Sachs disease and whites don't. Blacks have sickle cell and whites don't. And differences exist in their spiritual makeup, and that is why Africa, Asia, Jew, and Mongolian cultures are all different from that of white Western man. History is a record of racial inequality. Differences in the level of cultures are the differences of the races that produce them. The Jew theory of evolution was just another means to establish this irrational doctrine of the brotherhood of man. Its main tenets were to prove that all races were absolutely linked together, having the same common source, therefore were brothers.